Right, so let's talk about baby spam. Not baby spam. As you may know, my son is 2 weeks old now. My wife gave birth a couple of weeks ago, my first child. So it's all fun. And I've made a point of not excessively posting stuff on social media, just because I personally find that very annoying. Excessive stuff. I look back at my own personal journey. I look back at some of the things that I did back a few years ago, particularly about 2013. I get those Facebook memories and I'm like, oh God. So I object to that. I object to posting a lot of stuff on social media, in terms of particularly Facebook feeds, Instagram and things like that. Now, the thing is, we've got this thing now, which is our stories. So you've got these Instagram stories and these Facebook stories, which basically you can choose to look at somebody's story or choose to look at their Instagram stories. So the benefit of that is that if I put pictures on those stories, people have to go and choose to look at them. So it's not... People are choosing to look at those pictures. So if they're annoyed by something you post, well, choose not to look at it. Whereas if you're posting stuff on your Facebook feed or your Instagram feed and you're friends with that person, then you're going to constantly see those posts all the time. Now, to be fair, a couple of things you need to remember is that nobody really cares. Everyone's got their own issues to deal with. Everyone's got their own problems. I mean, most of the stuff that I post is actually quite interesting, and still nobody cares. So you can imagine, what people think of some of this stuff. So basically, because I post this stuff on my stories, people have to choose to use it. And this is interesting because people have tried to dig me out because they say, well, you've said about people posting all these pictures, blah, blah. But I'm doing it on my stories. So you're choosing to view them. So choose not to view them if you don't want to. And again, brilliant metaphor for everything in life, which is choice. And if you choose to do something, I had this conversation with a client the other day, if you choose to do something, you can't complain about the consequences because you're choosing to do it. It's a choice. If somebody's annoying you on social media, don't follow them or defriend them or block them or unfollow them, whatever you want to do. That's a choice. You've got this choice. You're not tied to do anything. But don't do something and then moan about it, because you've got a choice. And it all goes back to health, eating well, diets, exercise, fitness, all these things that we've been talking about recently, about choices. And you've got to bear in mind that sympathy, excessive requests for sympathy, are a precursor for someone trying to gain power over somebody else, because what they do is they keep asking for sympathy so they have a power over people. So it's like, I need sympathy. So it's almost like it's weird how it's such a weak place to start from sometimes, but that then puts them in the ascendancy. So you've got to be careful of that, because ultimately all we're dealing with here is choices. So if you choose to look at something, don't then complain about looking at it. If you choose to do something else, then you can't complain about the consequence of a choice you made. There's going to be plenty that happens to you in life where you aren't making the choice, it's something out of your control. But most of the things that we do are in our control. Don't like something, don't look at it. Don't want to follow somebody, don't follow them. Don't follow them. Simple as that. So if you're choosing to look at something, don't complain. If you're choosing to eat too much and not exercise, well, guess what's going to happen? Eventually, you'll get fat. And you can't then turn around and say, well, it wasn't my choice. But what about the choices you made to get you there? You can't turn around and have the end. My favourite one at the moment is you can't celebrate the finish line without running the race. Do you know what I mean? So you can't turn around and say, well, I'm obese and that's not my fault, but all the decisions prior to me getting there, were they your fault or not? Yeah? Choices. So make the right choices. So that's the message for today, really. If you don't like something, fine, it's a choice. If you choose not to do something, that's fine. But if you're choosing to do something, well, that's on you. And you need to really separate what you can control versus what you can't control, and don't complain about what you can control. Because, that's important. Because ultimately you could, get yourself in a bit of a pickle. So there you go. So talking about choices, if you want some help from myself, if you feel that anybody would like and share or benefit from this video, please feel free to like and share it. Drop a comment down below. If you've chosen to watch this video and you have a problem with it, great. Drop a comment down below. You've chosen to watch it, which is brilliant. If you do choose to share this, I'd appreciate that very much or like it. And of course, if you're a woman over the age of 40 and you want to choose a fitness program that works, click the link above, click the link below. We've got a free trial starting at the Fit Brummy Bootcamp next week. If you want some help from me, feel free to get in touch via the page or via my profile, depending on where you're watching this, and we can make a choice together to help you to make better choices. Happy choices. Happy Thursday.